Andrew Tucker, and welcome to Andrew Tucker World. What's going on, all my great people? What's going on, all my boxing fans? Woo! Listen, please, let's make this fight happen. I don't know how true it is. But I think they are in negotiations, and they're trying to make the Terence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao fight. Wow, you know what? I love Manny Pacquiao. Please, let's make this fight happen. Please, let's make this fight happen. Please, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how true it is. But at the end of the day, I've heard they're in negotiations. It's out there that they're in negotiations, and they're trying to make this fight happen. Manny Pacquiao versus Terence Crawford. Yes, let's make the fight happen. Leave in the comment section who you think will win. Would win the fight. Who you think would win the fight? Who you got winning? If the fight was to take place, if the fight is going to happen, you know, maybe the end of this year or next year, whenever. I just heard they're in negotiations and trying to make the fight happen. Who do you think wins that fight? Honestly, I think it's going to be a good fight. I love Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao have been in wars. He have been in great fights. He have dominated a lot of good fighters. He is a legend. A Hall of Famer. He is a legend, okay? He's a legend. Very, very skilled, elite fighter. I love Manny Pacquiao. Terence Crawford is a very, very skilled, elite fighter. I love Terence Crawford. You know, those guys are very skilled elite fighters. And I believe stylistically it will make a great fight, a very entertaining fight. The thing is, going into that fight, honestly, I gotta be honest. I mean, would it be the same Manny Pacquiao that beat Adrian Broner? Would it be the same Manny Pacquiao that beat Keith one-time Thurman? Would it be that same Manny Pacquiao? It has to be that same Pacquiao. Pacquiao has to be still right there. He has to be right there. The Pacquiao that beat Adrian Broner, the Pacquiao that beat Keith one-time Thurman. Pacquiao he got to be that Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? But I believe he's going to have to push just a little bit harder. He's going to push. I believe he's going to have to be even at, how old Manny Pacquiao, like what, 41? I believe at 41 or maybe 42 years old. I believe 41. Manny Pacquiao has to be at his A game. He has to be at his. I'm just being honest. I'm keeping it real. Manny Pacquiao has to be at his A game. You know, I know Manny Pacquiao always come in great shape. He always stays in shape. Even at the age, I believe Manny Pacquiao will be in great shape. I believe Manny Pacquiao will be mentally and physically prepared to fight Terence Crawford. The thing is, with age, you gotta worry about. This is what we have to worry about. Would his age show up? You know, in that fight. You know, sometimes it catches up to you. Father time sometimes catches up to you. You know, and I don't see it being good for Manny Pacquiao going into the later rounds, but it depends on what Manny Pacquiao shows up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's Filipino. Those guys, you know, they can fight all the way until they're 50 and 60. Those guys stay in great shape. Like, I'm just keeping it real. It's facts. Those Filipinos, you know, much love and respect to all the Filipinos. You know what I'm saying? Those guys stay in shape. Them guys still ride on bicycles at the age of 80 and 90 years old. You know, real talk. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, I know that Pacquiao is going to be in great shape. I know he will come into that fight in great shape, mentally, physically prepared. And I believe it's going to be a tough fight for Terence Crawford. Manny Pacquiao is a tough fight for anybody. But at the end of the day, I think Terence Crawford at his A game, in very good. He always stays in great shape. He's always in great shape. You know, he's a very skilled elite fighter, a very skilled boxer puncher slash counter puncher. Good footwork, good head movement, good defense, good lateral movement. You know what I'm saying? He's a switch hitter. You know, he can can box you from different stances. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he's just that skilled, superior of a fighter, and awkward, and it's a lot of things in his game. It's a lot of things in his game, you know what I'm saying? And I just believe he's just one of those fighters that can beat, you know what I'm saying, a fighter like Manny Pacquiao. It's going to be a good fight, a very entertaining fight. I believe Pacquiao will come into the fight giving Terence Crawford a hard time. It's going to make Terence Crawford dig down deep. Terence Crawford's going to start making the necessary adjustments. Break Manny Pacquiao. I think he's going to start slowly coming on strong and outboxing Manny Pacquiao, getting on the inside, because he's an inside fighter and outside fighter. So I can see him getting on the inside, going, you know, and I see Manny Pacquiao moving, doing a lot of moving around the ring and stuff like that, trying to throw punches from different angles, and you know, he got good side-to-side movement and things of that nature. Good at turning his opponent. Terence Crawford can turn you as well. So I think stylistically it makes an entertaining fight. It makes a very, very good fight. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Terence Crawford has that will to win, and I think his timing. He's a better counter puncher, and not faster fighter. Better reflexes, better timing. I think a little bit more. I just think that he does what he's going. The type of fighter is similarities to Floyd Mayweather. He has the reach advantage. He works off his jab. A very good technical type of fighter, and he also can be a brawler, inside fighter as well. You know what I'm saying? He also can walk you down and, you know, come forward, be aggressive, front foot dominant. He can fight on the back foot. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he's going to work off his jab. He's the taller fighter, longer reach. He's going to work off his jab to set up the counters, work off his jab to set up the combinations, use his jab to get on the inside, to go to the body, go and throw the combinations up, you know, to the head, to the body, throw punches to the head, to the body, you know, mixing up his punches, throwing combinations. And I think he has the type of style Terence Crawford is the type of style can frustrate and throw any fighter off their game. And I just think that he's the type of fighter, just like Floyd Mayweather, that can beat a Manny Pacquiao. But anything can happen when two fighters step in the ring. I could be wrong. Manny Pacquiao is a very experienced legend, you know, very experienced fighter, so I could be wrong. At the end of the day, we have to see these guys fight, you know, so people can say it's a 50-50, but I believe Terence Crawford wins this fight and puts Manny Pacquiao on his resume, and it's going to be a great win for Terence Bud Crawford. It's going to take his career to a whole nother level. Even though he's, you know, still in his prime, is, you know, at the end of the, you know what I'm trying to say. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like, I believe this it's a good win, a good victory for Terence Crawford. He gets past Manny Pacquiao. It's going to put him in a great position, start making bigger paydays and things of that nature. His stock is going to go higher, and he's going to start becoming, you know, a pay-per-view star. You know, it depends on who he's up against, and it depends on who he's facing. You know what I'm saying? Some guys don't give him credit for beating Manny Pacquiao, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a good look for his career, and it's going to take him to a whole nother level. So yes, a lot of fighters are going to be looking at him now, looking at Terence Crawford like, wow, he's the unified champion. He's worth a lot now. Errol Spence Jr. gonna be running to Terence Crawford. Oh yeah, he's worth a lot now. Other fighters, Danny Garcia, gonna be running to Terence Bud Crawford. Oh yeah, he's worth a lot now. Yeah, he got 2 belts, unified champion. You know what I'm saying? Unified heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? WBA, you know, and WBO. You know, so it's a good look. And then hopefully the next fight can be Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. You know, I believe Errol Spence Jr. Next opponent might be Danny Garcia. That's a good fight for him. And then hopefully he gets past that fight, because it's going to be tough for him. It's going to be a dangerous fight for him. It's going to be tough for him. So hopefully we get, you know, an undisputed bout, you know what I'm saying, between, you know, Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. So I can see how everything is starting to connect. You see what you see? Can you guys see it the way I see it? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to see, you know, the best fighting the best. At the end of the day, I want to see the best fighting the best, and I'm all about seeing great fights. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I think Terence Crawford beats Manny Pacquiao in a very close fight. I think it's going to be a very tough fight for both fighters. Entertaining fight between two skilled elite fighters. You know, legend versus future legend. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Famer versus future Hall of Famer. So let's make the fight happen, man. Andrew Tucker World. Boom. I'm out.